While Brussels lectures us on green values and forces our farmers into bankruptcy with endless regulations, they are quietly replacing Europe's family farms with cheap South American mega producers. The EU is engineering the great replacement of our countryside. Native European farmers, strangled by the world's strictest rules, are being swapped out for imports from lands with no such burdens. Our fields will be empty, our rural communities will die, and foreign beef will flood the shelves of your local store. Is this strict autonomy? Or is it the deliberate sellout of Europe's soul for cars, lithium, and globalist trade stats? What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Mercosur trade agreement, of course. The EU just signed a massive trade deal with Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay after 25 years of dialogue. Leaders call it a win for the open trade and strategic autonomy, but a win for who exactly? First, EU climate policies wrecked our energy sector, which resulted in sky-high electricity prices. Factories are closing, have been closing, and will be closing. Entire industries are fleeing to cheaper continents, and now they're coming for our food. The collapse of European farming did not start with Mercosur, no, it did not. But this deal definitely accelerates it. In just 15 years, Europe lost 37% of its farms. Agricultural employment has fallen steadily. And this isn't because farmers are lazy or inefficient. This is because farming has been turned into a losing proposition. It's long hours, physical strain, it's weather risk, and on top of that, constant regulatory pressure from Brussels, Green Deal mandates, nitrogen caps, pesticide bans, biodiversity rules, more paperwork, higher cost, and what is it? Lower yields. Young people see this, they see the grind and the debt trap, and they walk away. Small family farms don't transition, they die, they disappear. And now add Mercosur. Nearly 100,000 tons of beef, plus poultry, plus sugar, imported from South America, produced under far weaker environmental, animal welfare, hormone, and deforestation standards. Here's the core problem. The EU farmers are forced to meet the strictest rules in the world. Their competitors are not. That's not free trade. That is institutionalized double standard. And as per usual, the Brussels elite are screwing over their own people, their own industry, and decorating it with fancy words while gaslighting the population with a Brussels fantasy. European producers are in reality priced out of their own market. Consumers are told that the products are equivalent, even though the production conditions are anything but that. Environmentally, critics warn that the deal won't stop deforestation, but it just relocates emissions, which it does. And while we gain lithium access for so-called green tech, at what cost is that to our farms and to our rural communities? Our food security, what about that? The economy boost, well, that's going to be a tiny 0.1% EU GDP. That's the growth long term. Big industry exporters will gain, but small farmers and rural region will lose jobs and will lose resilience, and so will your nation state. So here we are. Brussels are starving Europe legally. They are hissing at warlords in the East and in the West and talking about how war can break out and how unstable the world is and that we need to be more environmentally friendly because we have climate change and blah, blah, blah. But what do? They are making EU dependent on import. Through their own regulations, they're crushing our farmers. They're flooding the markets with cheaper, lower standard imports. They're making the industry flee. And they claim to care about the climate. They claim to care about Europeans. I'm sorry, Brussels. You just exposed yourself. This is a betrayal dressed in green. Support your local farmers, protect your countryside and your food security before it's too late.